Oh man.
It's oh my god.
Wait,
It's
we're
your
not
boy
live, are we?
G. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I don't
Oh
see
my
it on
god.
my end. Okay,
It's your boy G, along with Alex. Another great episode
here we
of
go.
Session 100. Appreciate y'all for tuning back in. Make sure you show love across all platforms on LA Sports Report and all of our tags you see below. LA Sports Report, the YouTube page, we up and running again in the near future. We had a little technical difficulty with that. We'll get it straightened away soon for you guys to tap into. But either way, across Instagram and other platforms, we still are up and running. You guys can tap in with us there. But yeah, now that's out the way, back to the main focus right now. Before we get to the Lakers and all the misery going on over there and talking about the Clippers and all of that, what just happened today was the game with the Celtics and the Heat, and we saw the Heat finally get the job done, and get one from Boston. In Boston themselves, excuse me, and still a victory there. And so the boys came up short. Everybody saw them as the team to beat in the East. They saw them as a team that would just kind of run through the East, but the Heat always find a way to get the job done. And these two, amongst others, came up short today. And time to put those brooms away, Boston. It is what it is. Game, Alec, go ahead. As I gather myself.
Yeah, for some reason, like Miami just has Boston's number. Like after game one, I thought this series was going to be a sweep. I thought Miami was just far too undermanned without Jimmy Butler. Boston had control of that game one pretty much from start to finish. I think ended up winning by 20 points.
Right.
I was just like, I just don't think they have the manpower to win a game here. And then they come into game two, and Caleb Martin's playing like it was 2023 again. He was shooting the lights out. He was shooting the lights out. I mean, I guess you can't count out Eric Spoelstra, arguably the best coach in the league. So they always have that feather in their cap. But it shocked me that Miami was able to capture one on the road without Jimmy against this Celtics team that has been looking like the Avengers of the East all season, and had that 14-game lead on the rest of the conference for a reason. But Miami showed a lot of heart, a lot of determination, and Tyler Hero put forth a great game. I think he had 14 dimes in this one. Of course, we had the Tatum and Brown pictures, of course, because they're the stars, but they actually played well. They got let down by is he Latvian? Porzingis shot like 1 for 9, and Drew Holiday, salute, because he's our boy. I guess running a little bit of double agent, but he wasn't.
Got the bag. He's like, you know what? I'm chilling now. Hey, y'all pay me, so my job's done.
But so surprising outcome here, because I felt like Boston was kind of going to run away with this series after game one. So you never count out Miami in this.
Are they getting another one, or is that it for Miami?
I think Miami might be able to get one at home. I feel like Boston bounces back in a big way in game three, but that Miami can get one feeding off that home crowd and get one more. But Boston is the clear better team here. I don't know if Jimmy has a chance to come back if this series extended to 7, maybe, but I don't think he gets that far.
Contemplating surgery. From what last update I saw, maybe I missed something in there where he might have a chance, but it didn't seem like he was going to be back anytime soon. So, this is the team they're going to have, and they showed they can still fight even without him. If they get him back somehow, then great, but this team can put up a valiant effort either way. I think, from what we now have seen, when it becomes a match where this is a team as great as Boston is, if they go up against teams that have the right scheme, as Miami did with Spoelstra, and talking about how great he was, as you pointed out, if a team put together the right scheme, this Boston team can find a way, can't be beat, at least in one game, maybe not a series, but 1 or 2 games they can give up. So I think Miami can find a way to get one more at least in this and make it a really entertaining series, even beyond what it already is. So, salute to them with those broom down Boston, as we said. Y'all thought you were going to have a nice walk to the East Coast Finals at least, and it's not going to be that. Y'all still got to make sure you get the job done. Excited to see let's put it together. So, just want to put that out real quick.
Yeah, I think the 3-point shooting battle is going to be a huge one because in that first game, I think, Boston shot like 45% from 3. And obviously we knew that would regress a little bit. But like when they shoot, I think it's like over 40% from 3. Like they're like 56-5 or something like that. They said on the broadcast. Like it's crazy. So 3-point shooting is going to be huge.
Miami shot 53% from 3 today. So
yeah.
if you repeat that, but they keep getting shots up at a high clip. it's possible that they will fall. So yeah, salute to them, and like we said, we'll stay tuned to them as the series continues to play out. Going to the other side, going to our Lakers side. I repeat, y'all asked for this.
We done with the Lakers, man. we done with the Lakers.
It did not have to be this. Y'all wanted it, so here's what we got. We had a 20-point lead, and I even thought we were gonna get. Hold on,
you threw out the cozy boys.
I said for the first time ever, my cozy boy prediction is falling short. I was like, oh yeah, we have 20 in the second quarter, going to the third. I think we still have enough momentum and a formula figured out that we can hold on to this one, actually get a win versus a Denver squad that's had us figured out for the last 10 games. And slowly but surely, they walked us down at the very end. And Jamal Murray found a way to put the ball in the basket over AD to win the game. And yeah, just a devastating loss yet again to this Denver squad. And it's a lot of folks trying to figure out where we go from here, because it seemed like that was our best shot. D'Angelo Russell got the ball going, and he had his shot rolling. AD had a monster first half and all of that. But in the second half, once adjustments were made, we had no counters to what they had to throw at us and got walked down, as I said. So what are your thoughts on the Lakers situation at this point now?
My thoughts are it's devastating if you didn't see it coming. I know this Lakers team too well. Like you can't hurt me. I saw the writing on the wall. Like 20-point lead, I was not comfortable. Denver was missing a lot of shots that they can make, and you even pointed that out too. That it felt like maybe it just wasn't their night. Like they're a little bit unlucky. But eventually, like once those shots started to fall just a little bit, like Jamal didn't even shoot a great percentage on the game. But once he started getting the mid-range going, late third quarter, early fourth, got a little bit of rhythm, and then started working the two-man game between him and Jokic all fourth. All they had to do was like cut it to 10 points at the end of the third. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that was it. You're like, cut it to the third, cut to 5 by the end of the quarter. And I was like, yeah, but nah. And they got to 10 and they got to 5. I was like, no, I'm still good. And then they just there we go. So yeah, that was not necessarily a heartbreaker, but it was just
it was disappointing.
It was just very disappointing seeing a team that we've had so much. A lot of folks want to believe in and want to see do well, continue to find ways to come up short. So, yeah, very disappointing. You talked about Jokic and what he did. Part of his success in the second half was because they kept finding ways to create mismatches, both with having Rui or Vincent being switched on him at times, as you saw. Not Vincent necessarily, he kind of was helping, but Rui was on Jokic a lot, or even when AD was on him. AD has shown himself to not necessarily be the best defender on Jokic. Jokic has all the counters to the great defense that AD provides and was able to pick apart what was going on there. So, yeah, it was I don't want to call it a disastrous second half, but it was just disappointing second half with how they were able to figure us out and us not being able to respond back as we should have. So, what were your further thoughts on Jokic and his performance and the Lakers' lack of adjustment as they got beat yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yeah. Jokic. I think Jokic was probably the most consistent of the Nuggets in that game. He kind of held it down while others were struggling from the field,
right?
Mainly Jamal Murray, but he was still getting
guys after the game. They said he had what, 25, 20, and 10. I was like, oh
yeah, 27, 20, and 10 for Jokic. Yeah, 9 of 16 from the field. So he was efficient. Yeah. He did what he does. He wasn't the one that was struggling. It was kind of other guys around him. But yeah, like we talked about, he's a well-oiled machine. They weren't able to kind of target him on the defensive end, and that was working. Like Anthony Davis was getting everything he wanted against these Nuggets in game 2. It seemed like I think he was 14 of 15 at one point in the first half.
Right.
And then his shots kind of faded in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, which people were highly critical of Darvin Ham for. But I thought that game plan of AD just going at Jokic was great. the Darvin Ham slander it's funny. It's funny. I can't lie, but
HAM, he ain't moving. Hands in the pockets. HAM, how about make some adjustments? HAM, make some adjustments, please. Do something. Help us out. My God, get your hands out your pockets. My God. But, I'm sorry. We shouldn't be doing this. I want to be respectful, but help.
The LeBron AD pick and roll, they were hammering it most of the game, and it was working. They were putting Jokic in that pick and roll, but Denver made the adjustment of switching Jokic onto I forget who was it Rui? So that so they were putting and then it turned into LeBron Rui pick and rolls, and that wasn't as dangerous going at the Nuggets. So we didn't adjust to their adjustment, and so that was kind of the issue for the Lakers. But I think too, what was I gonna say? I had a point about the Lakers.
As you think of that, Magic Johnson responding as he does at times. Lakers have nobody to blame but themselves. They did everything they're supposed to do, but win the game. AD and LeBron both did their part. They got scoring help from Russell, and they still lost. People out. We all see how that game played out. It was very disappointing. He followed that up and talked about how last night I was so devastated I couldn't even tweet. We had Magic shook last night after that game. It was sad to see. Definitely want to find ways to bounce back from this in a great way if possible. Do you think we can make the adjustments going forward, or do you think it's going to be more the same to finish out this series potentially?
Yeah, I'm glad you threw out that tweet. That was where I was going to go to. It was Damon Rangula. He's like kind of a more high-profile Lakers fan tweeter. But he tweeted the issue with this Lakers team is not that they can't play at a high level. It's that they can't sustain that level long enough. And I think that's spot on. And that kind of describes the season too, where we saw them play at a championship level in the play-in tournament, the in-season tournament. But then we saw the 7-game losing streak after that. We see the highs and the lows. They can really turn it on, but they can't sustain it for an entire 48. And especially against this Denver team, where we said you can't afford to have any mistakes really playing against this team that has won a title and is a well-oiled machine. They cannot sustain that level. We saw they had a 12-point lead in the first game, and they lost that. And then the second game, they had it up to 20 points. And so that's why it kind of bugs me a little bit when Lakers fans are we had these two games, we could be up 2-0 in the series. It's ultimately, if we should have been up 2-0, we would have won those games. Clearly, Denver is just a better team than we are, and they are capable of closing out these close games. They are capable of getting to their sets and running them effectively in the fourth quarter and in crunch time, and the Lakers are not. Whether that's losing gas a little bit with our star and LeBron being a little bit older. He did have a shot as well to make that three to kind of ice the game.
What do you think about that shot?
Some people are critical of him taking that. I'm not mad at the shot because it was a wide open three, and he was hitting in that game, and he's been hitting 40% of his threes on the season too. It was a great look.
In the moment, that's gonna be the shot. And to your point, in a way, I'm not mad at it. I understand him. The dude fell, he had a wide open shot. He was hitting before. I'm gonna just take this shot and hope I ice the game. And if it doesn't fall, then so be it. My only thought was, if you know him being as aware as he is, I would think that I usually held the ball for a second longer. Is what I'm trying to say. We had I think it was 20 seconds left.
It was 13 seconds left when he shot it, I think. Yeah.
13 seconds left on the shot clock. You could have sat there and been like, all right, I'm going to milk this clock for a second. I think we're already tied at the moment, right?
Yeah, I think it was tied, yeah.
So that would have put us up 3. But if we held it, we could have ran the clock down. He could have sat there all right, I'm going to wait till they rush me, then I'm going to shoot the ball or whatever. But he shot as he did. I fully get it. You get your in rhythm. You what you got to do. But the only wish was hey, if you knowing the shot clock and timing and all of that, go ahead and milk this clock for a second, because even if you make the shot in that moment, they'll get the ball back with 10 seconds left. Anything still is possible. So it is what it is. We call that he did, and we live with it and go on to another day. But we'll see what moves are made in Game 3 to potentially right the wrongs and get one at home at least. It's going to be a very interesting game, and hopefully they don't come out just dead in a way just after how these last two games have gone. So, what are your thoughts for Game 3 as we are on the eve of that matchup?
Yeah, just touching too on the last part about LeBron. I feel like not you specifically, but the criticism of that shot feels a little bit like hindsight 2020 a little, because I feel like a lot of times in that situation, like we would get mad at LeBron if he passed that up to like pass it to another player.
I'm saying hold it.
Yeah.
Nobody rushed you. Nobody else was coming at you. Whatever. He fell. I'm going to sit here and let this clock run. Y'all not going to press me? All right, I'm going to let the clock run out. Either we're going to have a tie game or I'm hitting this for the game.
Yeah.
So that was my only thought. But he got the rhythm that he had and stepped into it, and it was what it was. So, but go ahead.
Yeah, because I think he was 3 for 5 from 3 at like that point, and I mean, like I said, it was a great quality look. So like I'm not too mad at it. I get the like draining the clock scenario as well too, but he makes that shot, they probably win the game. Like I don't. Maybe Jamal ties it up anyway.
Yeah,
and it becomes a moot point. But in terms of Game 3, I said before, I think the Lakers can win a game. There's no evidence of that, so I guess I'm just hoping on a prayer that they can win a game against these Nuggets, because they've lost 10 straight. But I do feel like they've been in all of these playoff games, at least, like all 4 Western Conference Finals games, both of these first round games so far.
Yep.
The Lakers have had the opportunity to win these games. They just haven't finished it off. And so, like, with that evidence, they probably do get swept. But part of me feels like they can get one. And I had a question too, just slightly off topic, I guess, but like, not that it affects his legacy at all. I feel like LeBron's legacy is like pretty much stamped. But like, does this become a point that like you bring up about LeBron, like when you're talking about like that he just straight up could not beat the Denver Nuggets, like the Jokic Denver Nuggets, like least. This is 10 games straight, and this is 6 games straight in the playoffs.
It's in
game. Did he get swept 2 times in a row by them?
I think we're at the point where anything he does only adds. I don't think anything can take away from his legacy at this point.
Right. I think
if he found ways to win, it'll be elevated and praised. And LeBron and the Lakers beat the Nuggets, who were a top team, and all that kind of stuff. But losing to them, we see that LeBron's 38 and he's on his last legs, and so he has his.
They're gonna give him the caveats. All right.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily think this hurts him, but seeing how he keeps going out is sad to watch. So do you think it adds to some of his legacy points or not?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think his legacy is stamped. Like, he's going to be the arguable GOAT for many, of course. And like, as you said, I don't think anything really hurts him at this point. But I do think it becomes like a talking point if he gets swept by them 2 times in a row.
Yeah,
it's like they're like, this dude could not get past. Like, he's supposed to be the GOAT, but like he could not get past a generational talent in Jokic, who, like, it's not like they have a super team or anything either. Too, it's just one generational player and then a guy that rises to the level of superstar. So it's an interesting conversation, I think.
Listen, we can definitely find ways to rebuttal it, but he's gonna have the cop outs that they need to stay.
He had Darvin Ham with his hands in his pocket.
He had Darvin Ham, D'Angelo Russell, and all of this. They'll find plenty of ways to keep him clean. But I think it'll be more fun debates as things go on, as all this stuff is. And interested to see how this thing continues to go on. Hopefully, for his sake, he gets one, so we don't fully have that conversation going forward.
I'd say more direct answer to your question is the evidence supports that the Lakers will get swept, but my heart says they can get one game. So I'm still going to say Nuggets in 5, but would not be surprised by a sweep.
Is that one game, Game 3?
I think it would have to be. Right, if they lose 3 in a row, I don't think they're winning the 4th one. So it would have to be Game 3. Yeah.
So be it then. we will be stay tuned. We'll be back shortly after Game 3 to react to it and see where we stand and have more of this discussion. Let us know your thoughts about it all online, both on our pages, excuse me, as you see going across the ticker below or on LA Sports Report. A lot of great stuff going on those pages as well. So yeah, fun stuff, interesting stuff, disappointing stuff on that side. Going to the other side of crypto with the Clippers, they're finding their way right now. They had a good game one, and then Kawhi came back and they lost game two. How did that happen, Alex? You watched and you had the Sunwolves shirt on. What's going on with the Clippers after game two versus Dallas?
Yeah, we done with the Lakers. We Clippers fans now.
Yeah.
Kawhi didn't look like 100%. Like he didn't look like himself, and it felt like they maybe even could have brought him off the bench. Honestly, like could have eased him back into it a little bit more because not that he hurt the team, but he didn't elevate them to what like you believe Kawhi at full strength can do. He kind of looked like a shell of himself, but this was still very much a game that the Clippers could have won. You see, it was a 3-point game. Luka didn't shoot the greatest. I think he was like 10 of 25 from the field or something, but he had really timely 3-point buckets. And then you see my man Chris Paul in the background. I knew it was a bad omen. Once he showed up for the game, I said this bad luck. This bad luck for the Clippers. He said he brought Lil Chris to the game and said we're gonna watch your grandfather play. We're gonna watch your grandfather Luka play tonight. But yeah, this was a superstars coming up in big moments game for Dallas. Luka showed up when it mattered most for Dallas, hit timely buckets. They had PJ Washington put forth a really great effort as well. It was just a game that I felt like the Clippers lost the grasp of a little bit, and I'm not gonna go full Russ Stan as some of the Russ Stans can go on Twitter, but there was a point like in the fourth quarter where they were playing really good ball and they like subbed Russ out maybe like 9 minutes left in the game, and Dallas went on a 9-0 run, and it felt like the Clippers didn't really recover. Like Ty Lue subbed Russ back in for Zubac and they went small. But at that point, like they had lost the lead and Dallas went on to go on for like a 14-0 run. And they kind of never really relinquished the rope after that. So I felt like he made a slight misstep there for what was overall a pretty well coached game by him. I think, like we said, like this series is gonna be close. Like it wasn't gonna be the Clippers running away with it after game one. We felt like their 3-point shooting of Dallas would improve, and it did in game two. Felt like this is gonna be a 7-game series, and I still believe that. I think Kawhi will be better. I think Paul George played well, and I think he's going to continue to play well. I think Harden's going to be fine. I think Russ has been provided great energy off the bench and defense as well. So I think they're going to be solid. It just felt like one where they let go of the rope a little bit when they had a chance to win.
Sure. I didn't get a chance to tune into this one as much as I got to see Lakers and other games going on during these playoffs so far. But from what I did see and stuff that I've read, it echoed a lot of things that you shared, and we'll see what they have to do to bounce back. You say who you favored? Are you picking the Clippers in this series, or do you think Mavericks find a way to get the job done?
Yeah, I still like the Clippers, and I'll stamp it at 7 games. I think it's a 7-game series. I don't really think there's one team in this matchup that's like majorly better than the other. I think they match up pretty well.
Yeah.
But I do think Kawhi, at least by the end of this series, will be more in form. He came out rusty. Like a couple of the shots I saw him miss were like ones that he usually cashes with robotic like efficiency, and that wasn't quite there. But yeah, I think it's going to be a back and forth series. Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, we'll stay tuned to it. I don't really have any more deep dive like we've done on the other side. Excuse me. But we'll see how things can play out. Any other angles you want to take in regards to this series so far as we get ready for Game 3?
Real quick, I was just pulling up the box score and see if I forgot anything major from that game. It was a very physical game as well too. Like Jason Kidd talked about it being kind of like a throwback 90s game where you see both teams under 100 points. It was really physical, scrappy game.
Yeah.
And I like that playoff intensity. We've been getting it a lot throughout the playoffs, but especially in this series, it's shaping up to be like a heavyweight boxing match. and I really enjoyed that element of it. Zubac had another solid game as well. Definitely wanted to give him some credit there, but yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be punches thrown back and forth. But the 7-game series we're in store for.
Got it. So yeah, well, we're going to see how that plays out. I personally didn't see it going 7. I had Clippers in 6. Was my original prediction, but like I said, I didn't get a chance to see game 2 and see how that played with Kawhi back in the fold. So based on what you saw and how things are going back and forth, if you see the 7-game series, I'll roll with you in that, and we'll talk about it further as we both tune in to game 3 and beyond. So yeah, gonna be very fun to continue to follow. I will say tuned to it all, and excited to see how the rest of these playoffs play out for them and then across the whole board as we go on to just looking at the whole landscape of the playoffs right now. A lot of good stuff going on all over the place. Anything real quick you want to look at with any other series going on right now?
You said Thunder are up pretty decently on the Pelicans right now, currently, right?
Yeah, they handle the business.
Ooh, up 18. Wow. Okay, so yeah, that's a bit of a shock because it felt like the Pelicans could steal game 1.
Right.
But salute to OKC that they're figuring things out. Young team, young 1 seed. Other series, Milwaukee lost game 2 was a bit of a surprise after how they handled Indiana in game 1. Giannis, I still don't think it's determined when he's coming back. But I think that's still a series that the Bucks should win.
It seemed like he was have a step away from popping that Achilles. I think they're calling it a calf thing like they had before, but that Achilles might have been gone had he stepped any harder in that situation where he went down in the non-contact situation that it was. So very cautious with him and not wanting to aggravate that in any way. Dame's gonna have to hold it down for the time being. And Dame, that's kind of the Dame spot that has been his whole career. So
he's used to it in Portland.
Yeah, we saw how in game 1 how he really went off in the first half, had 35. And was able to coast the rest of the other way, being in that true 1A role. The second game 2 wasn't quite able to maintain that momentum, but I think he can find it again at certain points in the series to make sure the Bucks can stay ahead of the Pacers squad that is fast-paced and fun themselves, but the Bucks should be able to combat.
Yeah, I think too. There was another heartbreaker before that Lakers game. That was the Knicks Sixers. Sixers let go of their rope a little bit too, and the Knicks were able to get a huge a double bang from Mike Breen on the Dante DiVincenzo clutch 3. Funny enough, though, I still kind of favor the Sixers in this series. I know you have the Knicks winning it.
Yeah,
and understandable. Like they're a respectable 2 seed. Jalen Brunson, I said, should get MVP love.
Yeah, in the conversation.
Yeah, in the conversation. Like your man Sabonis. But I still kind of believe in the Sixers team a little bit. Just with Embiid there, Maxey, not quite Tobias Harris. He's been getting his criticisms.
You finally laid that down.
Deservedly so. But I do believe Embiid is going to have some special performances as well. They're going home. The Knicks protected the home court. Like we always say, like a series doesn't start until someone loses on their home floor.
Right.
I think the Sixers can protect home court too. I think this one goes 7 as well. And I like. I tend to take the best player in the series, like in a game 7.
Do you think he stays healthy and Embiid stays healthy enough to get them back in the series? Because
he's had some scares, right?
He's had scares in every game.
Yeah,
there's been jokes about his eyes rolling in during games because of whatever.
He's got like an orbital fracture or like a eye fracture that he had.
So everything's going on. Looking at him like he looks like he's doing whatever he can just to be out there.
They thought he was tweaking or something.
Yeah. So do you think he holds up enough to even allow them to get back in the series?
I guess that's the concern, right? Like if he's not healthy enough, I would favor the Knicks, but I'm banking on him being healthy enough to play out this series. Maybe he's not 100%, but 90% Embiid. Like I think it is good enough to compete against these Knicks. So I see it going 7 games. The Knicks, salute to them, but they did kind of escape like in that game too as well. So
they stole it.
I'm intrigued.
They just found a way. So
they did. They stole it back.
I think the Knicks can continue to steal games from the Sixers squad. And yeah, it's going to be very fun to continue to watch it play out, and hopefully Embiid stays healthy enough to keep it entertaining as we believe it will be. So yeah, good stuff going on there.
Lastly, we can move past the NBA TV series. But lastly, I tried to tell our boy who was the Suns fan on here, like they're probably getting bounced in the first round. The Suns just showing us who they have been all season. Grayson Allen got hurt in this game too, which you might not think that's a big deal if you haven't been watching the Suns, but he kind of opens up the floor for them with his spacing, and I think that'll be kind of a huge loss for them. They're missing that dude who was in the Clippers picture. They're missing Chris Paul at the point guard position, to be honest. And this Timberwolves team, suffocating defense, a rising Anthony Edwards, who didn't have a great game in game 2, but hey, they got KD. We got Jaden McDaniels, man. Jaden McDaniels came through. It was the Jaden McDaniels game. He had 25 and had a kind of a breakout performance there in the playoffs. So salute to him. And salute to Ant for having the vision there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like I'm saying it looks like Timberwolves in 5 games. Suns might get one on their home floor, but
yeah. To your point about legacy, I know you've already kind of down on him, but how would we continue to look at KD now with another failed situation potentially in Phoenix?
Yeah, another failed quote unquote super team situation as well too. Like to me, some people I feel like have already put him like as a top 10 all time guy. I wouldn't have him that high. I think you could maybe argue him like in the top 20 of guys.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to put him over guys who have won the ring as the main guy, like not on a super team. Like the Giannis's or the Jokic's. Like I have both those guys ahead of him all time. So I think it does hurt his legacy when he continues to have these teams that are built around him, situations that he asked for, and then early flameouts as well. It's not like he's making it to conference finals or making it to the finals and losing. He got swept by Boston when he was on the Nets, and got a potential to get swept here and lost early last year. So I think it does kind of chip away even more so at the validity of his all-time standing. Like you can't take the rings away from him, but they still kind of like have a bit of an asterisk to me. But yeah, I think all time he's still one of the greats, but it's hard to put him ahead of those guys that kind of got it out the mud in a sense.
I hear what everybody says about that, and I don't argue it no more. I know I have my views on him, and he similar to PG, how I view PG very highly. I view KD as one of my favorite players as well, and still hold him highly even as things could play out. But yeah, it definitely is tough to see him have these situations that seem like they'd be perfect situation for him to really excel, continue to fall short. And we'll see what the next moves will be in his career as this thing plays out. So it's a tough situation for him.
You think the Suns regret that trade? You think the Suns regret that trade? Like Bradley Beal versus Chris Paul, right? Chris Paul is the better fit.
Sure. I think that KD, every big three has been the same style of big three his whole career.
Yeah.
Like it's been
high offensive powered.
It's been all the guards. He didn't put himself next to an elite big like that. Though early on the OKC squad, he had the Ibakas and the Steven Adams and all of that. They were all young coming up together. It wasn't like an established, like true, like top all-star level big that he put himself next to. So even in Brooklyn, Nick Claxton hadn't fully popped yet. I think that was still his like first or second year in the league. So he was not the guy that we had known him to be now. Had going in, maybe if you put yourself next to Devin Booker, that's fine. But instead of going and getting Bradley Beal into the mix and having another ball handler, because y'all can handle that as just the two of you, they should have went and got another big instead of going and getting a Beal as they did, or you just keep Ayton, even though Ayton has issues. But that's
Ayton,
and he was kind of went out the door. He was tired of all that.
Ayton was not the answer there either.
But some kind of way you should have found a big to go alongside them than a ball handler, and it is what it is. So that'll be one of the what ifs of his career. But either way, I've still enjoyed watching him and hope that we get to see him puts together some good performances coming up in this series, even as good as Minnesota is looking. So yeah, I'll stay tuned to it all, and fun stuff. That's all I got to say.
He's still been getting his buckets. Like he's still been playing individually well, but we knew the Suns were going to have issues from the offseason. Like we knew the way the roster was built. We thought they did a good job with the limited money they had in terms of bringing in veteran minimum guys and shooters to put around them. But
a lot of those guys didn't really take off like we thought they would either.
Right. Like it's pretty much been Grayson Allen.
Ball never really did anything.
Right.
There was Eric Gordon shows flash, and he's nice, and he'll get some more run with Grayson Allen out. But
just they made the Royce O'Neal trade like midseason. It's been decent for them as well.
But none of them really stamped themselves like we thought they would be alongside the three that they have. So yeah, it's a tough situation.
Yeah. So it's kind of playing out kind of as expected. Like they had championship contender hopes, but they didn't quite have the roster built for championship contention. So
correct.
They've run into just a better team, plain and simple. Like Minnesota is the 3 seed for a reason. Their defense is elite, emerging superstar and Ant, Cat as well, and then Rudy Gobert, who's probably defensive player of the year. So they just ran into a better team and looks like it's going to be an early exit.
Tough. We'll continue to follow those things. But yeah, like we said, we'll be back in a few days after the next round of next couple Lakers and Clippers games play out, and we'll talk more about the Suns game, what will happen in that time as well, and give some more feedback about what all is happening across the league. So interesting things to continue to follow. Like you said, appreciate y'all for tapping in as you guys do. In regards to that. That really is it NBA wise. Going on from here, big news as we talk about things going on across LA. A big story of the last 24 hours. Reggie Bush just got his Heisman back. Finally, very long overdue. People they had taken away from him because of the situation that going on while he was at SC, and it's been a long-standing cry from a lot of SC folks saying like, "Hey, without without the game was evolved and just with everything that continues to go on, even in the moment when it happened, they thought it was wrong to do so." And with how things have evolved since then, with NIL and all this other stuff popping off, he's like, y'all all getting paid, and I barely got whatever I got, and y'all took my stuff away, even my stuff back. And he has now got his Heisman back, and he's been officially reinstated into the Heisman house and all of that. So very glad to see. My head's always in the way, so you guys don't see it, but behind me, I got Reggie Bush picture right here against UCLA. Hurdling over them during his one of the infamous games. Reggie Bush definitely is a big inspiration of mine, and glad to see him finally get justice as he deserves. So I know you're UCLA guy, but I tell you, salute. Any thoughts on Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back?
Yeah, if you've listened to our pod before, like you've heard me say, obviously I'm a UCLA fan, but Reggie Bush, probably the greatest college football player I've seen with my two eyes still to this day. Just electric with the football. I was always scared if we were playing him. Like if he touches the ball, it might be a house call. Man, like he was just so fun to watch as a running back there. And I think it's definitely beyond overdue that he's gotten the Heisman back. Obviously, like he won the award for his play on the field, so that his play was always deserving of that award, and it being taken away for him being profitable of his name, image, and likeness when he was a college student, I felt like was wrong, especially with how things have changed in this modern era. So I'm glad. Salute to Johnny Manziel as well, too, like speaking up on his behalf as well, as a Heisman winner who gamed the system and was able to make money off his name and image. And I like him, speaking up for his Heisman brother there too. So I'm glad Reggie was able to get this honor bestowed back upon him. I will say it's slightly nasty, like the Heisman official accounts like announcing it, like "Welcome home, Reggie," and all.
Yeah, it's like all right, bro.
All the ones that weren't letting him have it. So like, but yeah, I'm glad that he's getting it back. This is great news for him.
Yeah, much deserved. Excited to see him welcome back in as he probably should. Right on time for, and I keep talking about NCAA football games. Hopefully, we get a Reggie Bush Heisman Edition player in there some kind of way that can be used. And just glad to see him. And when we go to USC games and all of that, looking forward to see him being involved in the games as they go on, as well as I'm sure he'll be around. So yeah, there's good stuff in that regard. You talked about him being those electric player you've seen. You watched with your own two eyes. One of the others that people view highly in that regard, one I view highly that we just witnessed recently, Caleb Williams entering the draft, and the draft is coming up over the next couple of days. Very excited for that. We still see so far no other trades been made. That Carolina trade was the one made a while ago. So Chicago still is set there. We're hours away essentially from the draft taking place. Carolina is still up, or Chicago still up top, as we noted, amongst the others as you see ordered here. We talked about Caleb Williams, as I mentioned to start. What do you think about him in Chicago? And yeah, just your thoughts as we now are here at the draft, and he's finally going to get his name officially called.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but we're starting to get the stories leaking out about NFL scouts saying Caleb Williams, I don't know about that guy in my locker room and blah, blah, blah. When those stories start to come out, there's a little bit of smoke and mirrors going on.
Yeah.
And these teams are just trying to position narratives and stuff so that they can draft guys. So I'm assuming that Caleb is still going to be the top pick, despite the clips that are going out. He had that clip too that didn't really look great, where he was like talking to who was that, like Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder. Them. It came off like kind of arrogant or whatever. I think people are again like trying to push narratives kind of about like his personality. So but yeah, again, I think he's still gonna be the top pick in this draft. Like I think it's hard for a team, especially a team like Chicago that passed on Patrick Mahomes, to then pass on Caleb Williams in this draft.
They trade Fields for a reason. They're going QB, so he's pretty much locked in there. And we'll talk more about that with him in Chicago as we close to the start of the season. Very excited for football to be back when that gets rolling. Going on from there, we see how the order goes. Another notable team tied to LA is the LA Chargers, who are sitting at 5. We've talked a whole lot about what they may possibly do with how the order is set so far. It's very possible that those 4 squads ahead of them go quarterback, and then Arizona might take a receiver themselves and Marvin Harrison. But if not, we may have the pick of the litter in regards to receivers and some old linemen with Alt there and others. Again, now that we're officially here, what do you think the Chargers should do with that fifth pick?
Yeah, as we said, we would probably go pass catcher. So if Marvin Harrison falls to us, thank you, Lord. But I don't know that happens. I do like Neighbors as well. I think you mentioned like Odunze too. I don't know if
just as another
top. You think he goes that high? I don't know if he goes that high, but Odunze.
Oh, he could, but hard to pick him with Neighbors and Harrison
on the board. Yeah. And then Chargers were also like rumored in the what's it called? Like, is it the tight end? Is it Bowser?
Brock Bowers,
Bowers, yeah. So he might still be a player that they've identified as the fit for their team. So maybe that happens as well. But it's got to be a pass catcher in my opinion.
Yeah, as the mock draft here, as you guys see, has us taking Neighbors there with Harrison going right before us. I'm fine with either of those, as you pointed out, and we're very excited to continue to rebuild that wide receiver room as we definitely need to. And definitely believe that keeping that pick at 5, rumors as well about them potentially trading back with like Minnesota or somebody like that for some more picks later on in the draft. I think you keep that with seeing how good the talent is up here and make sure that you get your new number 1 to go with Herbert as you rebuild this offense as you need to. So, yeah, very excited for that. We'll have more commentary, obviously, after the draft takes place and that first round takes place. But for now, that was really the big thing I wanted to point out. Any other rankings or anything you want to do? I've seen all these folks doing rankings of quarterbacks and all of that. You think James Daniels is better than Drake May? How you have this top 5 ranked, or the quarterbacks at least? We'll say. You have the quarterbacks ranked any kind of way from what you've been seeing?
Not really, because I don't think I don't think I've watched enough tape on all these guys to make a fair assessment of who I think is better, like who better translates.
I will say
Caleb is the one I've seen the most. So yeah,
sure. I'll go in and say something that's been interesting is that for a long while throughout most of the season, Drake May was the clear number 2 quarterback in most people's eyes, and some people argue he's number 1. And then as some of the combine stuff laid out, people went back and rewatched the film. All of a sudden, it was like, oh wait, actually no, James Daniels is the Heisman, and he's the guy. And he does well in his interviews and all of that, and now he's the clear number 2. And Washington leaning that way. They both are very good, but just pointing to somehow people are sleeping on a little bit. Drake May, he still is a very good talent that could be successful in New England, sadly of all places. You know how I feel about New England, but I think he still is very well. We'll do very well there. People are very split on JJ McCarthy. People see him as a project and someone that has a high upside for sure. But going to New York, I don't know who's necessarily going to turn that team around as fast as people might believe. So we'll see how that goes out. I personally do believe that someone who isn't even in this mock draft ain't even in the top 23. I think Michael Penix is better than JJ McCarthy personally. But yeah, we'll see how folks continue to handle that as it plays out. So it's interesting to see this draft, and sure we have a lot of reaction as it goes along.
I think whoever gets Penix gets a quote unquote like steal at the position he's
this Tankathon mock draft is very interesting. They updated it in the last couple of hours, I guess. Having him all the way down at 23 is interesting. I can see him going to the Raiders at 13, honestly, and a few other spots in there. So
now, what is that? And maybe you can answer this for me as more of a football fan than me. Like, what is it about like the NFL to where when guys play 4 years or whatever, or are a little bit older at the QB position, they're like kind of looked down upon a little bit? Like why is Penix? I know he had a couple injuries as well too. That's why some teams are hesitant. But like, it seems like the 4-year guys at times aren't like valued as highly at the QB position as the talents who like come out after 3 years or whatever.
Basketball kind of has the same thing in that you view a guy
because age doesn't really matter as much at QB, right? Because they have longer.
I know it doesn't, and you want to just get a guy. You can grab a guy that's 26, but if he's ready to go, he's ready to go. It don't matter. But the point, I guess, coming into the draft is that one, you want a young guy that contractually you believe you can get for a longer time, but also just in regards to development. Some people view it as they needed the 4 years to become that, and that maybe they aren't as talented as we believe, but because they stayed 4 years and finally figured out in year 4 that it's a mental thing. It's kind of like in the NBA where some people they like the one and dones over the 4-year guys, even though the 4-year guys might.
A lot of teams should have took Jaime Jaquez like that kind of
thing. Where they flip the narrative and it's like, oh, he was there 4 years because he wasn't good enough. It's kind of the same thing where they're like, oh, he was there for 4 years because he didn't really have the talent until year 4. It's all a mental narratives game. But once the draft is over and you guys are on the team, it's like we don't really care where you got drafted, so you just got to come and execute. So this is all just the media games of the draft cycle right now. But we'll see once the draft has passed who really is cut out for this, and I'm very excited for that.
I will say too, like these are their most current like season stats, right? For all these guys.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like just looking at the stat, like if you didn't know the players and like didn't attach names to them, like Jaden Daniels' stats are sensational compared to like the other QBs too. 40 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, completion percentage, the rate, like nearly 4,000 yards. Like he would be if you didn't have like names and all that, like
and the Heisman and all of that.
And the Heisman. He looks like the guy, but like
and the context of he had Malik Neighbors and Brian Marshall and just the LSU program surrounding him. It's like, all right, we get why the numbers are a little bit more inflated than other guys. Well, Drake May didn't have nearly as much help in comparison, and was right behind him. Those touchdowns were lower, yes, but yards wise and all of that, he showed he could compete with all these guys. Stands at a stature bigger than them, both in height and size. So we'll see how they pan out. But it's gonna be very fun to see just how it all falls. A lot of types of trades that could be going on in here as well, And yeah, a lot of big moves that could be made. Interesting in that. I'll throw this out there. The Chargers haven't really been in the mix in regards to this conversation.
Okay.
I'll add them in just for our own entertainment. A lot of folks have been talking about with the Niners that Brandon Ayuk is going to be on the trade market and very possibly could be traded in during this draft as teams are making moves. If somebody called the Chargers and said instead of taking the 5th pick or later on the draft, whatever,
trade back and get
Ayuk trade back, you get Ayuk or you get our 37th pick and we Ayuk instead, and you use the first round pick for Joe Alt or something like that. Would you open to that rather than taking one of these top guys that are available in the draft?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. Those are the types of moves like that I've kind of been begging the Ravens to make. Like, go after the guy if you can't get him in free agency. Like, go after him via trade like that, because that's a proven wide receiver, right? Like, that's a proven top 10, like fringe top 5. The way he played last season.
Yeah, you can go when he's around.
Yeah, great route runner, footwork, really solid hands as well too. So that's a proven guy that you can plug into the offense and immediately will be successful with Justin Herbert. Whereas these guys in college, you believe some of them, especially Marvin Harrison, like is going to be a generational talent. Yeah. You believe that the talent's there, but you still haven't seen it on the NFL level. Like there still is some level of like uncertainty there. So getting a guy that you've seen do it at a high level already in the league, I wouldn't be mad at it either.
Got it. So yeah, we'll see what moves are made. Like I said, I'm putting the Chargers in that mix. I add them in for our conversation, but you could be on the move. Surely the Ravens might be in the mix on that come draft night, and we'll stay tuned to it all as it plays out. So just stuff I wanted to continue to point out. That was the last thing NFL wise I wanted to point to. What was the last thing we had on our list? Was there something else we wanted to point to?
It was just the Heisman. It was just Reggie.
Oh, the Heisman. Okay, so we got everything. So that really is it for the night. We'll be back. The Lakers play tomorrow.
Yep.
Clippers play on Friday. So we'll be back potentially on Saturday to talk about what all went down, as well as the draft and all of that, and have some reactions. And very excited to keep this thing rolling through the playoffs and all the fun stuff going on this time of the year. So
Clippers play Friday.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then I think the Lakers play Saturday again too.
Oh, they play again Saturday. So maybe Friday night after Clipper game, we'll try to get back after that one, or before the Laker game, we'll do a preview or something.
We'll try to get back. We'll figure it out, but we'll have a weekend episode too.
Yeah, so we'll be around for sure, one way or another, and excited for it all. So good stuff on that front. Like we said, make sure you follow us on LA Sports Report. Right now, we know the YouTube page is not up for us at the moment. Getting that all worked out, a little small kink happened, but across the rest of the platforms, make sure you're tapped into us there, and we'll be sure to stay tapped in with y'all. So good stuff with that. Lastly, as we out of here, as we always do, let's pull these grids up and call it a night. Let's see if we can get connections loaded this time around. Last time we didn't want to load.
We killed the New York Times connections last time.
We got figured out. And today, dang, I don't know how we're going to do this one. The NBA connections did load this time. Let's see how this plays out. I don't know. A lot of old faces already on here.
Dolph Skays?
Dolph Shays, I guess. I don't know.
Pete Maravich had a crazy look, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
You would not think that's an NBA player. Just
Mario Ellie. I don't know who that is. Ben Simmons. So we can already start off with some hints. Let's just get out the way now. You're called gold or blue, whatever you want to call it.
You said start off with some hints? Damn.
Yeah. I already know.
I didn't see the full list yet. Okay, let me see.
Dolph Shays, Bob Pettit, Vince Carter, Ben Simmons, Nancy Billups, Chuck Nevitt, Mario Ellie, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tracy McGrady, Pete Maravich, Boban Marjanovic, Kevin McHale, Brandon Bass, Dirk Nowitzki, Robert Parrish, and Isaiah Thomas is the group.
Got you. How do you know how tall Robert Parrish was?
Celtics. Brandon Bass was a Celtic. Is there one more Celtic on here? Bob Pettit was a Celtic, right?
Pettit. I was gonna say, was Pettit a Celtic? Yeah. You could try it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. No,
nope.
What my thing was, I was gonna say, like, do you remember how tall like Robert Parrish was? Was he like a 7-footer? So I was just thinking, just like Marjanovic and Kareem. I was trying to think if there was other big guys like that. I think Dirk was like 6'11", 7 feet. I don't know if he was 7 feet. Because I'm like, what else would Boban be in as far as like categories? Is there so there's Marjanovic and Marovic. So is it like the foreign thing? Like the bits?
Who else would that be? Marjanovic, Marovic, Nowitzki, and then somebody else. Dolph.
Maybe Dolph. You can try Dolph. I don't know.
Nope, not winning away either.
You did the Celtics. That. Yeah. Were there anyone else coaches? I know Chauncey and Kevin McHale.
Isaiah.
Did IT coach for a little bit, and did Kareem coach for a little bit, like a short stint? Looks like Dolph maybe did. He's got a jacket on. One away.
Bob. No. Who'd you say? Dolph.
Coaches
drafted in the top 5. There you go. All right.
Ben Simmons, what could he be in?
He's played for the Nets.
Guys that shouldn't have won Rookie of the Year.
For the Sixers. That's it, right? Who's on right now? He's on the Nets still?
Sixers and Nets, yeah. Lefty. I don't think there's any other lefties.
I don't know any lefty potentially.
Australian. I don't think there's any other Australians. Any other Rookie of the Years? Vince Carter, I think.
Vince, maybe. The Team Magnum Rookie of the Year.
Maybe Team. I feel like Kareem maybe would have been in there.
Nope.
I know Vince and Ben were. I don't know who else was a Rookie of the Year though. Vince Carter never won a title, huh?
No. Crazy. He played 35 years.
I got one more in me.
All right. Hint time as we struggle. Your call.
You could do a small hint on any of them. Doesn't matter.
Small hint. Silver. Okay. That didn't help at all.
You can do big hint for that same one.
Played for Spurs and Rockets.
And Rockets, okay.
Marjanovic played for Spurs and Rockets?
I don't remember him on the Spurs, but I know he played for the Rockets, so
might as well. He played for the Rockets, didn't he?
Yeah. So probably them too.
Spurs too. I don't think Vince played for the Spurs.
Just try Boban, I guess.
Who's Chuck Nevitt? Maybe it's Chuck. Nope.
No.
All right. Well, mine. Nope.
Oh, still no. Okay.
Bob. I could have swore Bob played for the Celtics. No.
I thought he did too.
Pete played for the Jazz, right? Or was it somewhere else? Who did he play for?
I don't really remember who Pete Maravich played for. You can try him.
Rob? No.
That wasn't even one away.
Wait, what? All right. Who I have where I said one away?
Tracy, Mario, Brandon, and Boban. I think that was one away.
So it's not Brandon? Okay, that just messed me up. All right, then.
Try Maravich.
Right, one away. Okay. I could have swore Brandon did, but all right. I don't think Vince played for either of them. Ben didn't play for neither of them. Kareem didn't play for either of them. Dirk didn't.
Nope.
It's Bob, Chuck, or Rob.
I guess try Bob. We didn't try Bob. One away.
Sorry, Chuck. Okay, Chuck. All right, great. So there's that. Final two rows.
Is there?
I couldn't tell you about. I can't see no ties with this.
Like, is there a college tie here?
won a championship. Did Vince win a title at UNC? And then Kareem won a title at UCLA for sure.
I don't know if Vince won a title.
Oh, he didn't win at UNC?
I don't know. I don't remember. Because that was back in like 1950. So
respectfully. LSU. Okay. That didn't really help. I know Ben Simmons did. I don't know none of the rest.
Right. So I think Maravich, he's a LSU great.
Pete. I mean, who's the last guy?
I guess it would either be Parrish or Bass. I don't remember where. Maybe Bass.
Brandon Bass. Bang. All right. What's the group for this?
Let's see. What would the group be here?
All born in
20 seasons, I think. I don't know if Parrish did, but I think the other three did 20 seasons.
Most foul outs.
Most foul outs?
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, no way. No way it would have got that.
Do it.
That's surprising, too. Like, I don't think of Dirk as fouling a lot. So.
Yeah, whatever, man. But that was a good one. The hoop grid of the day is
got Melo in there.
Celtics, Timberwolves, Melo teammate, and then Knicks, 15 points a game, and drafted after the 10th pick. Okay. So a random Melo teammate on the Knicks. Jeremy Lin's probably gonna be a high number. Taj Gibson. Did we just do one with
Tyson Chandler?
Tyson Chandler. Who was on that team that we just did, the Knicks, and when Melo was on there? There was a random guys.
Oh yeah.
Who was the one I do? Lou Amundsen. What was the guy's name?
Oh, I said Lou Amundsen. Yeah, you can try him.
No, what was the actual guy though?
Oh, that we didn't recognize? I don't know.
Yeah. Steve Novak. That's too high. I know there's 1% somewhere.
Try Amundsen. Lou Amundsen.
Lou Amundsen. There you go. I'll take 1%. All right. Melo teammate with 15 points per game. Russ, PG, D Rose, LeBron, Allen Iverson.
All big names.
JR got one.
What about
you hit with Dwight on that.
Wilson Chandler? That's a name I brought up recently. Did he ever have 15?
I don't know if he got that, but he might fit for Knicks and Wolves.
He was on the Wolves? Oh, okay.
He played everywhere, I thought. Oh, maybe it's not. All right.
You could try it.
He might go up there one time. Nope.
Nope, didn't get to 15.
No.
Who else scored on those Nuggets teams?
He had JR. He had AI for a year. I think Chauncey Billups was there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, try AI maybe. I don't know if people would think about that one.
I think people with Chauncey or AI for Chauncey. We'll see. 2%.
Chauncey's low. You could do that.
Just to see. 4%. All right.
Kind of low, but yeah, Chauncey.
We'll take that. After the 10th pick, again.
Mozgov.
Timofey.
What? Oh, he wasn't a teammate? I guess they didn't cross paths in Denver.
Oh, all right.
Who else?
Chris Anderson. Huh? Oh, maybe not. Who was on the end of that Lakers squad?
Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley was on that squad. Bum. Oh, what? I guess not.
Well, maybe it was a high pick. I actually don't know.
Rondo. That's too high. Who was I just saying? Hey, we just did the Knicks 2 days ago. Taj. Dang, was Taj top 10?
I guess so.
I think Joakim was top 10 also.
Drafted
Tim Thomas. You played with Tim Thomas?
Why did Dudley not work? It says he was 22nd overall pick. Drafted after.
They play together on that Lakers squad?
I thought he was.
I thought it was Melo or remember that was the whole debate, Melo or Dudley?
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's what started the whole debate.
Yeah. All right. So he was on that random Portland squad for a second, right?
That's true.
Uh,
there could be a Rodney Hood. You like to throw Rodney Hood out there.
Rodney Hood is always a good go-to. Point picks.
There we go.
Timberwolves after 10th pick. Anybody?
Yeah, Rodney Hood faded into obscurity after that Cleveland year where he was there for like half a season.
Jaden McDaniels.
For which one? Which where?
Timberwolves after 10th pick. Okay. You think any lower than that?
What's his name?
Who's on the squad right now? Just
Alexei Shved. No. Oh, maybe was he Knicks? He might have been Knicks.
I've been Knicks.
Who's
on the team right now? We got Mike Conley, Ant, Jaden McDaniels, Cat, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid.
Was Rubio top 10? He might have been. He had hype.
Oh, who was the one they traded away? DeAndre Hunter? No, not Hunter.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. But he was the
dude.
He was top 10 though, wasn't he?
Oh, he was top 10. Yeah, that's true.
I know you're like Jarrett Culver. Is that what you're talking about?
Culver, yeah.
He was a bust.
Yeah.
Respect to you, but tough. Ricky Rubio. Let's see.
Was Sprewell a top 10 pick?
Yeah, Rubio was 5th pick.
No, was Sprewell a top 10 pick?
Oh, I don't know.
Sprewell, there you go. Trust Sprewell, 1.3. We'll take that.
Oh, try Wally Zerbiak for.
Wally's kind of known now. That might be high.
Oh, just for hating.
4%. Yeah,
you can try him in the Knicks square too.
That works. Oh yeah, he would work for Knicks and Celtics.
I think he works for both of those. Knicks, Wolves, Knicks, Celtics. Yeah.
Let's go down, finish one of these rows first. Celtics, 10th pick. Derek White.
Brandon Bass, who was just on the one.
Oh yeah, Brandon Bass. We just
Derek White.
We'll take that. 15 points per game for the Celtics.
My go-to usually Antoine Walker, but we'll see.
Robert Parrish 15. There you go. We'll take that. Celtics.
Did Marbury have a short stint on the Celtics at all? I remember him like on the Knicks and I think was it the Nets?
He did.
Yeah, there you
go. And then Timberwolves and Knicks. Can we stay under 20 some kind of way?
Oh yeah, definitely. Timberwolves,
Knicks. Did no. Because didn't Sasha Vujacic go to the Knicks at one point at the end of his career?
I think so. Maybe.
I don't know if he went to the Timberwolves after that. I think it was just those Lakers Knicks.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I see Ronnie Turioff in every jersey. I don't know why that name always comes to mind, but I see him in a Knicks jersey.
You could put Wally there and think of another one for the middle.
He did play there. Oh, I'm like, bro, I see this man in every jersey, and it makes sense. So I don't know, but that one worked out. So we'll take it. So that is it on the basketball side. We'll do the real connections. Oh, not this.
Oh, we didn't do I Call Game.
Oh, I'll pull it up too. I Call Game. Do we want to do one NFL one for the draft today? Or tomorrow?
Maybe if they have like a draft related one, you could do it.
Number 1 picks or something like that. We'll see.
Yeah.
I Call Game is loading slow, but connections is ready to go. I'll leave this here as this refreshes. If you want to look at this and start working on that. Because this is not loading. It's always one of these is always down for whatever reason. Yeah, I Call Game is not loading today. So we're going to move on to that one. Connections it is. Here we go. Mini, Lime, Faith, Mole, Salsa, Poodle, Pico, Foot, Pencil, Micro, Onion, Wrap, Mega, Cilantro, Kilo, okay, and Capital. I feel like there's one of those word things, Mega something. Yeah, oh wait, no, Mega, Mini, Micro.
Those are opposites though.
Oh yeah,
Mega and Mini.
Mole, I guess not.
Mole. Capital.
Pico, Salsa.
They went January 6th on us. Capital.
Pico, Salsa, Cilantro, Lime.
Yeah, I saw those too. Like, yes, but like, so those three things kind of go in.
Onion.
That's what I was. Yeah, I wasn't sure because like a bunch of those words can go together. Cilantro, onion, lime. Because like pico de gallo is kind of like salsa.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So maybe not salsa. Maybe it's pico. Oh wait, no, that would make sense. I don't know what pico means. I'm gonna say salsa.
Onion and cilantro both are in salsa.
And so is lime is in salsa.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not salsa.
And maybe it's. But I don't know what pico is. I know it's a type of salsa, but I don't know what it means. Right. That's one or the other, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it.
Let's see. Like maybe we can find another one that kind of like narrows it down.
All right. As we back, then we'll reverse. So if it's these four, what would be after that?
Yeah.
So Mini, Micro, Mole, Pico, Kilo, Micro. Is there another O? Cilantro.
Like, what does capital even go with here?
Capital. There's probably some wordplay thing that we're not thinking of yet.
Capitol Hill. Does anything else go with Hill?
I
don't think so.
No. Yeah, there's some wordplay stuff going on here.
Rap. And what does rap go with too?
This is a good one.
Yeah, they got us a little stumped with this one. They got us a little stumped. Gotta get in our white man bag.
Okay? Yeah.
Poodle too. What would poodle?
Pencil doesn't help me either. Yeah, neither one. Other ones, I don't see it. If not that, like I said, maybe it's the O thing. Pico, Kilo, Micro, Cilantro.
You're thinking. Now you're thinking. I like it. I don't know that they necessarily go together beyond that, but that could be the connection. Like the ending in O.
That really messes up our salsa one though, because then it's like salsa, onion, lime. And I don't know what the last one will be with that. Wrap? I don't know. Foot, mole.
Faith? What does faith go with?
Yeah, man. One time it was like, wasn't it like Jamie Foxx movies or something, or Tarantino movies or something like that?
Yeah, it was Tarantino movies. You put that one together. Cool. Yeah, like there's like opposite words like mini and mega.
Mega Mind, Mega Millions, Mega lottery. Isn't it a lottery? Mega Lottery, or that's Mega Millions. Mega. Yeah, I don't know.
You want to try this one that we have?
Yeah. Nope. Went away though.
It was one away. Okay.
That's not help, because I thought that was, I don't know what the category would be if that's not that.
Huh.
Pico, cilantro, kilo, micro. There's no other O's in this, so it's not the O. So I don't know what the category is. That just messed me up.
Like kilos, like it's like a unit of measurement.
Yeah.
Pico, one, it's a street in Los Angeles, but then it's also like Pico de Gallo. I don't know if that's what they mean. Micro. Damn, how is that one away?
Pico is also a
unit of measurement.
It's a measurement.
Okay.
Knowing so that, then pico, kilo, micro, and then not cilantro.
Foot. Because what did Pico just say? Like, what was it measuring?
The 1 trillionth. Small amount.
So Pico. Maybe like anything else that's small here? I know mini is here and mega is here, but that's mega's opposite of that.
Yeah. I'm willing to guess that, but that does not help me with anything. I will say, actually, if that is it, then that does help with our cilantro, onion, lime salsa one, though.
You want to guess it? This one?
This one?
Yeah, let's try it.
Still one away.
Still one away. Right. Damn.
Well, I'm gonna try cilantro, lime, onion salsa.
But if that was one away, then okay.
Okay.
Oh, taco toppings. All right.
Taco toppings, yeah. All right. Oh, I call game loading. It's a good one. So we'll come back to that.
Okay. So kilo measures weight. Pico measured. It didn't say what it measured. It just said it's like small.
Yeah, it's like a 1 trillionth of whatever. They should have hints on here like the other one. Mole, foot, wrap.
Yeah.
Capital, records,
man.
State cap. Wait, no, because capitals with the A, isn't it? The other one. There's two of them.
Yeah.
It's capital and capital. Yeah.
Right. Dog. What does faith go with here? I don't see any connection to any other word.
It definitely ties into like I'm sure it's even like Faith Evans or some shit. That's all I can think of. I don't know what this would tie into, dog. Faith, keep the faith. Yeah, I don't know. Poodle. Mini.
I know. I thought of a mini poodle, but beyond that, no.
Mini.
We know mini, micro, and pico all being small, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it anything else? Does that work with that? Maybe.
No, because I think mole goes with foot somehow.
Does mole mean anything else? Let's see.
I'm guessing this. Mega, mini, micro, pico.
Oh, you're throwing mega in it. Okay. Just measurement kind of thing. Yeah. Is it one away? It is. No. It is one away. We only got one guess left.
Yeah.
You got to try to get at least one more group.
Pico. Oh, well, we've already established pico, micro, mini is 3. We tried kilo, I think, already, and we tried mega. My only other guess with that would be mole. I don't know what else, but I think mole goes with foot, but I guess not. If that's the group, then the next groups would be.
Yeah, I don't think mole goes with it. It's like when I looked up mole.
Doesn't make sense.
human body.
Oh wait, did we try this?
Pico, micro.
I thought we did.
I don't think so. We tried the 4 O's, remember? Like pico, micro, kilo, and whatever cilantro.
Oh, wait, then this will be it then, right?
You can try it, yeah. They're all measurement, right?
No. Kilo, mega, micro, pico.
Kind of. Oh, go back.
Kinds of skirts. Yeah, we weren't getting that.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna get that.
Words with Hill. Oh, I was close. I was
did say Hill.
Hill.
Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. Foothill, Molehill. Oh yeah, Molehill I wouldn't have gotten. But Foot and Mole, I knew were together. I just didn't realize the hole was a tie. So be it. Whatever. I called game.
They outwided us this time. All right.
Yeah. Hey, happens to the best of us. I called game. Lakers, Knicks in the bubble.
No, Lakers, Nets.
Nets in the bubble.
Yeah.
So that wasn't Darvin. That was Vogel.
That's not in the bubble, right? That's like it looks like it's in the stadium. Just
that's not the bubble.
Oh, it is the bubble. It is the bubble.
Yeah, I'm like they got a mask on.
I didn't remember them having like a full on floor and everything. But yeah,
there's no fans. There's no camera people. Like that's the bubble for sure. Marcus Gasol's right there. The home team is Lakers. Away team is the Nets. The bubble is what? 2020? 2021?
Bubble's 2020, yeah.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
bang, February, regular season game. Coaches, head coach. Pretty sure that was Vogel.
Vogel, yeah.
Now, was that Jacques Vaughn? Or who was that before? Or was that Atkinson?
I actually don't know.
Nope. Atkinson. Who else was there? That was Nash. Nash was gone at that point. Was he?
2021. Might be Nash.
What a time. Oh,
wait, let me see that picture again. This picture? Yeah, I think that's in Staples, dude. I think that's when they like blocked off like fans and stuff.
Sure, but it is the bubble though. Is my point.
No. I'm saying like I think
it was that year, the COVID years.
The year after, yeah, the year after the bubble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it said like February 21 or something.
All right, players, Lakers, LeBron, Marc Gasol, Anthony Davis. No, he's not played.
Back when they had like Kuz and
who's that? Is that Wes Matthews?
Yeah, Wes Matthews.
Kuz. Yep.
KCP.
What a time. What a time.
They panicked after they blew that first round against the Suns.
Is that
Caruso?
Montrez. Wow, what a time. He even playing right now?
He's on the bench for someone.
Is he in Charlotte still?
Maybe. I last remember him in Philly. I don't even know where he's at now.
Was that Quinn? Was that Quinn year? Oh no.
No, he wasn't there.
Was that Rondo year? I think Rondo was gone too.
I don't think so. I think he was gone. Taylor and Horton Tucker, I saw in the background there. They had 13 people play. Is anyone else still there from that team?
This is Braun. Who's this?
That's KD.
Oh, KD. Yeah. Braun, Kuz, Montrez, Wes.
What's his name? One of the Morris brothers. Was it Markeith?
think we got Markeith. Yeah. Dwight wasn't here, right? Dwight was gone.
Dwight. You could guess him. I think he was gone though.
Yeah. Net squad, Kyrie.
Oh, was Drummond on this team yet? Because he was on this team this year.
Oh yeah.
It might have been later in the season though.
No, he wasn't there. Kyrie. Is
that was a what a time. Andre Drummond on the Lakers. Jesus.
Yeah. With the
that was the beginning of the downfall.
It was over after that. I'll take nothing serious. Is that a Shamet?
Landry Shamet, yeah. I know I saw Jeff Green too.
For them?
Yeah.
He didn't play everywhere. He was on that team with KD.
KD didn't play, so he's not.
No, but he was over there.
Yeah. Harden. You didn't put Harden.
Harden. You got 14. Where you got? That's 14 right there. Any more?
Claxton, was he there?
Claxton. That's Green. Is that Bruce Brown?
Oh, Bruce Brown, yeah.
They had a squad. If they could just stay healthy. They had a squad.
Bum-ass.
Claxton was there too. I heard that bum-ass comment too. I'm not going to skip past that.
Who else?
They had Patty Mills for a second. They had Patty in the back.
Probably. I thought of Seth Curry. I don't know if he was on this team though.
No, he's not over there.
No
Seth?
Patty.
No. All right.
Yeah.
I put Quinn Cook. What the fuck?
I thought you tried him.
Yeah, Dudley, Quinn, Devontae.
Yeah. Wait, how did I just forget Dudley? We just mentioned him.
Alfonso, DeAndre.
Who's
Timothy Luwawu, Cabaret, whatever his name is. Tyler Johnson, Noah Vonleh, Roberson. Last shot. I don't remember this game at all.
Braun? Nah, probably not. He passes the ball.
Kyrie. Nope. I said
THC.
Trade him today.
I forgot about that.
What a time. I forgot that one at all.
Trade him today. Twitter is ridiculous, man. Especially Lakers Twitter.
Once they find a nickname, like it's over for you. Like, once Trade him today popped up, like there was no coming back from that. You had to go. There's nothing you can do about it. Gotta find a.
Is that it? Oh yeah, because we already did the other connections.
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, you're saying the NFL?
Yeah. This stuff will load. Dang. All right, well, this is here. Every number one overall QB in the draft. That's the best one. The second QB selection every draft. I ain't doing that. Sack leaders, nope. First running back drafted since 2000. Nope.
That one's interesting because it doesn't go beyond 2000.
Yeah, it's helpful.
So we don't have to worry about the old guys.
Crossover grids doesn't look the best, but they have trivia, they have grids, connections. I don't know what RAM generator is, and a guesser. Any of those for football you want to try?
What's guesser? I see.
Oh, just shows you a player.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. I feel like we could maybe do the trivia one that was like
random
like
generator.
The other list you were looking at. What was it? Like running backs? The first running back off the board or something?
Football. What's trivia?
Non-QB fantasy PPR points.
Can they clean up this page? My God.
Nasty.
Look at this.
Oh, there's pictures. Okay.
Yeah, but like, what are we supposed to be doing? So, non-QB.
It's the first row 2010 and then what, 2011.
Fantasy PPR.
No, there's only 5 rows.
2010 to 2015. So we're putting it by years, what they're saying?
I'm confused.
Yeah, all right. They lost it. Football. What was that? I think I got random generated grades. First round pick, second or third round pick, 5,000 rush yards, 4 T's in a game. No. All right. I tried. All right. It was
go get the casual out of me.
All right. Every
fourth or fifth round pick? No, sir.
every number 1 overall pick.
What was that? Oh, this is, I was saying the running back one. What's it called? It's like from 2000 on or whatever.
The first running back drafted since 2000.
Yeah.
I think I know the number 1 pick over that, but we tried.
You think so?
Yeah. 12 of people average 12 24. People get 33 out of this one.
About the same 50%.
Yeah. All right. You want to do this one then?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Running back since 2000. What the hell? I don't remember running backs names like that.
24 guys.
Okay. So, first running back drafted.
What we aiming for? Most people get
13. 13, yeah. The clue is year, team, and the draft spot.
Okay.
Yeah. Total tries, 4,000. People only got about half right, so we will do our best.
Let's do it. Let's see, Bijan number 1.
Start the clock. Bijan Robinson. Is that Breece Hall?
Go for it, yeah. Breece.
Is that Najee Harris? That's not Isaiah Pacheco. Is that Clyde? Clyde
was already there, right?
Edwards-Helaire. Oakland. Is that
Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs. Is that then Saquon?
Yeah.
Barkley. Jacksonville 2017.
Fournette?
Leonard Fournette is a good call. Dallas is Zeke.
Yeah.
Might be back in Dallas in a second. St. Louis, number 10, 2015. Rams running backs. Is that Todd Gurley?
Hey, Gurley, was he a rookie then? Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2014. Did Derrick Henry go that late?
No way.
No. Tennessee.
Chris Johnson, maybe?
That's
like he was earlier.
Yeah. I don't think it's Chris Johnson.
He was Cincinnati, 2013. I don't think I would get him. New Orleans.
Cleveland, number 3. Oh, that's Trent Richardson.
Trent.
What time?
That had no field vision.
Yeah. Reggie Bush. Yeah, he did go in there. Adrian Peterson.
Who was number 2 to Miami? Is that like Ricky?
Ricky Williams? Nope.
Who's
number 2 to Miami in 2005? Denver 2009.
Was Peyton Hillis New Orleans?
Peyton Hillis is a fullback to begin with.
He is.
Yeah, he's Mark Ingram.
There you go.
We're over the average. We had 2 minutes left.
Oakland.
Buffalo, number 9. Buffalo. Who is that running back? How do you put Marshawn Lynch? I did put Marshawn Lynch. I don't know.
About like a CJ Spiller? Like, is he like
CJ
around that time?
Spiller's a good grab.
There you go.
Tennessee, Chris Johnson. Who else do they have?
Yeah, who else did they have that was kind of electric? Oh, no, but he would have been earlier, way earlier. What's his name? George?
Yeah, I think Eddie George. That was like the 90s.
I was saying, I was like, he was way earlier. I was just trying to think of like good Titans running backs.
Jamal Lewis is the Ravens one. I know that. One.
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
You had to get him. LT.
They gave me the spell check. Appreciate that. I didn't feel like his name right.
Cleveland.
In
2002. I like barely started watching football then.
I couldn't tell you.
2003 Buffalo. 2004. Oh, is Marshall Faulk in that time period, or is he a little earlier?
Marshall Faulk, my God, 90s ass names, man.
Said 90s ass names.
Marshall Faulk. No.
Said 90s ass names. My fault. Who else is around that time? 2004.
Cincinnati, Tennessee. That Tennessee one's really messing me up.
We're probably almost out of time now. I can't see the timer.
Yeah, minute.
Okay.
Oakland.
These are all early 2000s, so like when we're little kids.
Oakland 2008, first round pick.
Number 4.
4. Somebody Alabama. Who's before Mark Ingram? He really set it off. Reggie Bush, Adrian
didn't necessarily have to be good, just good in college.
So who were the good running backs of that era? There's LT, Reggie Bush, Adrian Peterson, Ricky Williams. Did we try Priest Holmes? I don't think he went first though, but I'm just gonna try it. Priest Holmes, nope.
There was like Curtis Martin. I don't think he was drafted.
You were these 90s ass.
You just said what's his name? The other
yeah,
I'm thinking of guys that were good in these times. Like
let's see. No, some Darren McFadden. Okay, all right.
I forgot about it.
I would have to really dig, but Steven Jackson, Willis McGahee. All right.
William Green. I don't know. I don't even know who William Green is.
I think I wasn't getting that. I could no matter what.
Giovanni
Bernard. Maybe if I thought hard enough, I could have found it somewhere. But
Steven Jackson, he was solid for the Rams.
Yeah. We'll take our 16 though. We got above the average.
That's good.
You get that pretty quick. You want to do one more real quick?
Sure.
I still think we should try number 1 picks, but
we can do it.
Whatever.
We can do number 1 picks.
Oh, all right. Name every number 1 pick. We ain't got to do the old ones, but at least the modern era, we can go through a lot of modern era ones.
Right.
People get 33. I think that's about where I'm at.
Yeah.
It helps us. Like he has pictures, or not pictures. Year, team, year, position. All right. So obviously we can just kind of go in order. Bryce Young. I think that was Josh Allen, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was not Will Anderson. Will. Oh my God, Trevor Lawrence.
What's his name? Like Thibodeau is like the Giants player, right? He's not the Jacksonville. Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon, he did not go first. I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's the Giants player, not the Jacksonville.
Oh my God! I remember. I talked about him. We just talked. It's not. I thought it was Josh Allen, but who's the other dude over there?
It's a defender, right?
Yeah. The end. It was him and Aiden Hutchinson, right? Remember that?
Right.
It was him and the other. Wow, he's pretty good too. I'm blanking on his name.
I'm blanking.
Whatever. Cleveland, 2018.
First overall.
It wasn't Deshaun. That was
Baker. That's not Baker, is it?
That was Baker.
Yep.
Number 1 pick. I think Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett.
Before that.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Salute. They didn't believe, but Goff did. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. Oh, Jameis. That seemed further away than I thought. It's close. I didn't realize it hasn't been that long yet.
9 years.
Houston DN.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Give me a spell check. Clowney, help me out, please. Yeah, thank you.
Kansas City tackle. I'm not getting the tackles.
I probably know who it is too, but I can't think of it right now.
If it's an O lineman, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, no. Carolina, that's Cam.
St. Louis, that's Sam Bradford. No, he wasn't over. Well, he wasn't one, was he?
Sam, I thought he was.
Was he? Okay, yeah, Sam Bradford.
I just didn't realize that was 2010. I thought he was gone a lot further than that. Detroit, is that Matt
Stafford?
Yeah. Miami tackle, nope. Oakland QB, was that Jamarcus? That was 2007. Dang.
Jabba the Hutt.
That was a lot farther back. I don't know why that seems closer to me than it's. I don't know.
17 years. It's not that close.
Yes and no. But I'm also looking at it like I didn't realize
we getting older, man. We getting older.
No. I'm also looking at it like I didn't realize it was 3 years before Cam Newton. Like that seems further apart. I didn't realize they were like right there. I think that's Alex Smith in 05. Yeah. And then that's Phillip Rivers. Yeah. Would that be Phillip Rivers? Maybe it's Eli. Technically, Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah, traded. Yeah. Cincinnati's Carson Palmer. Yeah. Salute SC.
Only good SC quarterback.
Fuck out of here. Two is David Carr. Mike Vick is 01. DN Cleveland 2000. Nope. 1999 Cleveland.
Is that Dilfer? Who's around that time?
Dilfer is not number one pick.
I don't know, man. 2000 or 99.
All right, we'll go way back then instead. I think Keyshawn Johnson was the top with number one pick. Salute.
It's gonna have to be a lot of you for these older ones.
New England QB, was that Drew? Was he number one pick? Yeah. Was Reggie White number one pick? Nope. Was
Peyton Manning?
I don't think he was actually. Peyton Manning. Oh, where's he at? Oh, down there.
Yeah, he was.
Skip that. All right. 22. Dallas, was that Troy? Tampa Bay back in the 80s, couldn't tell you.
No idea.
Atlanta linebacker number one. Salute. Indianapolis QB. Peyton, and then they had before that. I don't know who they had before that.
I don't know. What was Dion number one pick?
He was early. I don't think he's number one though. He was number one though. Yeah, I'm lost. And 2022 is really annoying.
Once you get older, I would only maybe know like all-time great quarterbacks from the list, so we can guess like some quarterbacks.
No, I'm just gonna call it. Eric Fisher, Trayvon Walker, whatever, man.
Oh, okay.
Long, Mario Williams, Orlando Pace.
I don't know those names, man. Some of those.
Could have guessed Elway, Chester Birdie, maybe they could have got Bo Jackson. I probably could have, if I paid attention.
Who's down at the bottom?
Earl Campbell, OJ, Bradshaw.
RIP Juice, man.
Yeah, there are a couple of these I could have got. If I actually was paying attention, but yeah.
So we got to keep it in our era.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right. Anything else? Are we good here?
No, we're good. We're good.
All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate y'all tuning in as you guys do. Fun stuff every episode. I will continue to find ways to add more stuff to it. Love to chat with y'all and hope y'all stick around with us as we continue to evolve this show going forward. We always say, make sure you tapped into LA Sports Report on all platforms. We appreciate the love with that. YouTube will be up in the coming weeks and we get that cleared up. We'll be back on Friday, Saturday, one of these times over the weekend after the next Laker game plays out. And we'll talk about it then. So Just across the board. Appreciate y'all. Any last word from you, Alec?
No, we're good.
All right, so we got here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We'll see you soon. Peace.